I'm going to read you an op-ed, and then I want you to think about who you think wrote it. Ready? In the L.A. Slimes. The federal government has been grossly irresponsible in its neglect of mounting immigration problems, even as these problems place unbearable burdens on states like California. Just please listen to this whole thing. You'll get it. You know how I do these things. It's regrettable that states have reached a point where the only avenue they have for justice is the courts. It is even more regrettable that this administration and this Congress stand by, that would be Clinton at this point, and allow the federal courts to decide the nation's immigration policies. Taxpayers simply cannot continue to sustain new populations the size of San Diego every year. California is sending up the red flag that Washington should heed. Unprecedented demands are being placed on job markets, schools, hospitals, police, social safety nets, infrastructure, and natural resources. Unlimited new arrivals pressuring these systems threaten to overwhelm them. In the West, we have a real appreciation for dwindling natural resources. We fight for water from the Colorado River, the Truckee River, and other scarce resources. We endlessly debate policies governing public lands, mining, and livestock raising. But rarely do we consider the burdens that millions of new people place every year on our water supplies and air quality, parks, lakes, recreation areas, and the public lands. Our doors should remain open, but only wide enough to admit those to whom we can realistically offer opportunity and security. To leave the door unguarded is to create an environment in which no one can live securely and peacefully. And so I am sponsoring a bill in the Senate to reduce immigration, legal and illegal. Most politicians agree that illegal immigration should end. My legislation would double border patrols and accelerate the deportation process for criminals and illegal entrants. But many lawmakers feel that lowering legal immigration is too dicey. This is a cop-out. My legislation calls for a reduction of legal immigrants from the current level of about 1 million admissions a year to approximately 325,000. And even that more realistic level means 25,000 newcomers entering every month looking for jobs, housing, and education. Opponents of immigration reform cry racism or point toward our historic role as a nation of immigrants. Charges of racial bias are unfounded. Unlike anything proposed before, my Immigration Stabilization Act explicitly prohibits discrimination in refugee admissions. The real injustice to future Americans would be to do nothing. America is proud of its immigrant tradition. This tradition should be reconciled with our responsibility to create a better country in which to live. If we do not take responsible steps today, we will be forced to take radical and sadly preventable action only a decade from now. Who wrote that op-ed in the Los Angeles Times? Well, that op-ed appeared almost 20 years ago, August 10, 1994. It was written by Harry Reid, Democrat, U.S. Senator, Nevada. Harry Reid. And Harry was really focused on this issue for some time. On the floor of the Senate in 1993, he said the following, cut 4, go.
If making it easy to be an illegal alien isn't enough, how about offering a reward for being an illegal immigrant? No sane country would do that, right? Guess again. If you break our laws by entering this country without permission and give birth to a child, we reward that child with U.S. citizenship and guarantee of full access to all public and social services this society provides. And that's a lot of services. Is it any wonder that 2/3 of the babies born at taxpayer expense at county-run hospitals in Los Angeles are born to illegal alien mothers?
I want to thank our friends, our partners at FAIR, Federation for American Immigration Reform, my buddy Dan Stein there for providing this. 20 years ago, Harry Reid. So what's happened in 20 years? Well, what happened in 20 years, ladies and gentlemen, is they didn't secure the border under the Clinton administration or under the Bush administration. What happened is the electorate, the demographics changed in places like Nevada and California, among others. What happened is Harry Reid is a chameleon. He has no principles. It's about power. And so he made a complete about-face. A complete about-face, as Obama did on same-sex marriage 2 years ago. These aren't firmly held principles by these men and women. They're liberals. They'll lie if they have to lie. They'll change their positions if they have to change their positions, not for any good reason other than to hold on to power or gain power. 20 years ago, this is what the man wrote, and this is what the man said. And there's plenty more where that comes from. And why am I bringing this up today? Because our friends at Breitbart are reporting that House Democrats will reportedly try to force the Republicans' hand on comprehensive immigration reform legislation by unveiling a discharge petition on the House floor tomorrow for the Democrats' comprehensive immigration reform bill that would grant amnesty and reduce the wages of American workers. And the Huffington Post cites a senior Democratic aide who said the House Democrats will sign the petition on the floor after it's unveiled. Democratic aides told CNN that lawmakers will first gather on the east steps of the U.S. Capitol, so get ready for this spectacle, to announce the petition and then walk en masse into the House chamber to file it. 218 signatures, if they're obtained, a floor vote will take place on the bill, even if it's opposed by the Republican leadership, and of course we know they don't oppose any of this. There are reportedly 200 co-sponsors of the bill, including 3 Republicans, Representative David Valadao, Republican California, Jeff Denham, Republican California, and Alina Ross-Layton, Republican Florida. But Ross-Layton and Valadao reportedly will not sign the discharge petition. And so this is what they're up to. So if it was wrong 20 years ago, Harry Reid, if it did and does all the things you said 20 years ago, what makes it right today? The politics, ladies and gentlemen, the politics of it makes it right today, which means it's not right at all. It's the same problem. It's a disaster. And I would like to know, all of you folks who listen to this program, from all walks of life, but in particular, blue-collar workers, union members, low and unskilled American citizens who are looking for jobs, young people who are looking for jobs. Are you not appalled that the ruling class in this country is so committed to changing the nature of citizenship, the nature of the electorate, that you are the second-class citizens? That you are the ones who are going to be punished by these policies? An influx of legal immigrants who are today illegal into the job market? And what about you, the taxpayer out there? The massive welfare state. The Democrats can't wait to open Obamacare to new arrivals or to old arrivals who are illegal immigrants in this country. They're desperate to do it. They're trying to do it. It sounds insane, but it's true, because they're trying to advance, again, their political agenda and retain power for as long as they can. So you do that by changing the makeup of the voter. You do that by balkanizing the American citizenry and opposing assimilation. You do that by refusing to secure the border while lying through your teeth and claiming you're doing a better job than anyone before you. I'm bringing this up now because it's on the table now, because this is going to happen tomorrow, this spectacle. And I just want you to know what a lying, you-know-what, the Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid is, what a despicable person he is. And for him, anything goes. The ends justifies the means. Same with Schumer, same with Durbin, same with all the rest of them. And now the Republicans, many of them, are throwing in too. They're throwing in too. Oh, how are we going to deal with the changing demographics? Oh, how are we going to appeal to this group and that group? Well, do it the way you always do. Sell out, stand for nothing, and let billionaires decide who the Republican nominee will be, like Sheldon Adelson in Las Vegas or Langone in New Jersey. You know, those guys, because they've done such a great job before. Blow off the base. Blow off the grassroots. Attack the Tea Party. That is, your voters. That's what you do, right? That's a winning combination for the Republicans. It served them so well. So this is coming up tomorrow, this spectacle. And I thought you wanted to know who the real Harry Reid is. He's a pathetic old man with a 14 IQ, which is dwindling each and every day.